Oregon. Yep, Newberg, Oregon. A staff member showed up to work in the school in blackface saying that, hey, I'm Rosa Parks. And this was in protest of mandates in the school system for vaccines. This was at Mabel Rush Elementary School. This was a protest and misguided, obviously, and ridiculous. Let me go to the graphic. I want to explain why blackface is offensive. Let's go to the graphic first. A lot of people have a misconception of the offense connected to blackface. You see, that's the same person that this was promoted as a theatrical thing, right? So white people would do theater and put on blackface with these extremely exaggerated physical characteristics in order to make fun of, to ridicule, to criticize physically black people. And then when black people weren't allowed to do theater years later, black people in theater were forced to wear blackface as well. Why? Because white patrons did not want to see their natural black skin. So literally, black folks had to show up in blackface because white people who paid for the tickets were offended by their blackness. That's some of the history. Naturally, this became an issue again in the 60s and beyond. So this particular staff member decided it was a good idea. A fellow staff member at the school who provided initial information on the incident said Laura Perfell, a special education assistant who the district said it would not name due to being a personnel matter, darkened her face with iodine. Let's show a picture of the school. That picture is courtesy of the Newberg School District. The concerned staff member who requested anonymity said Perfell explained that she intended to look like Rosa Parks and have her actions serve as a protest of a mandate requiring school district employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19. This individual was soon removed from the school grounds, placed on administrative leave, according to a district statement. So this became a big deal. Last Friday, one of our employees reported for work in blackface. The Newberg School District said in a statement released Monday, September 20th. The employee was removed from the location and Human Resources has placed the employee on administrative leave. The administration of Newberg Public Schools condemns all expressions of racism. School system also said, and I quote, "It is important to remember how blackface has been used to misrepresent black communities and do harm. We acknowledge the violence this represents and the trauma it evokes, regardless of intention." But that's not it. You see, this is the same school system that was just in the news. A Newberg High School student was connected to a racist slave trade Snapchat group video, resulting in a student-led protest during a sporting event in solidarity with Newberg's black students. One parent said, "It seems like we are in the news every day for something else race-related." Many in the community went to the local news and said they want to make sure that people know that citizens of that community do not act like this. These are not citizens that represent them, nor their belief in diversity, but obviously problematic. Adrienne, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that these individuals should really check themselves because clearly this is a representation of your community and the individuals around you if this is what continues to happen in your community. As for that special ed assistant who showed up in terms of blackface, first of all, probably not the most educated individual, as Rosa Parks was pretty light-skinned of a black person. So if this individual wore more than bronzer, she was probably doing it wrong to begin with. But then also just to be doing blackface and think you're going to equate that some way, somehow to this pandemic and mask wearing, it also shows the ignorance of the fact that segregation is a whole different ballpark when we're talking about Jim Crow laws, racism, and the oppression that's going on, as opposed to actual medical vaccines to save lives. The fact that this person is trying to put these on equal platforms, it speaks to their level of ignorance, and they should not be in the education system no matter what.
It's amazing to me that so many people who will say things like systemic racism no longer exists. That was just back in the 60s. It's not like that today. They will evoke dynamics and elements of the 60s of Jim Crowism in order to make their narrative work for them today. Still a massive disconnect.